The third question, Guruji, frequently asked questions is, why do Hindus have many gods?
Same thing. We see the same divinity in all. In all. And how do you translate the word God? In Sanskrit and in Prakrit languages, we call them devas or devis.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you translate the word deva? Divine being. The word divine is from divya.
Yes.
And also the exact meaning of divya is actually light.
Light. Beings of light.
Beings of light. Celestial beings.
Yeah, that is much appropriate. Celestial beings.
Not only those devas or devis, but even nakshatras, even planets are living beings.
True. True.
We worship all. I have no problem worshipping everybody. I can worship my guru who is a human being.
True.
I have no problem. We do not have to be apologetic and conform to certain ideas about religion.
True.
You don't have to.
This is another way of seeing life, because our ancestors, especially in the Eastern world, that is how we see things. I mean, ancient civilization, actually, that is how we view life.
True.
In a holistic way.
Holistic way.
And
everything is a manifestation of divine.
And not only that, when we can see the life in all beings,
True.
Basically, it is not the point or of view or perception of materialism.
True.
If we're being apologetic, that means we only have the materialistic point of view on how we view life itself.
We have a spiritual outlook towards life.
Exactly.
Even matter is only another form of energy.
True. And can I say also that when Hindus have many gods, each one of us have different preferences.
True.
Maybe a person is more moved to bhakti, maybe one person is more moved towards courageous figure, and that is why it's so beautiful that Hindu has many forms of gods, to be able to synchronize, not synchronize, but we can synchronize or harmonize ourselves and correlate ourselves with the gods itself.
Plus, I was reading something about Swami Chidmayananda. I'm not sure because I cannot get the exact source, whether it was really Swami Chidmayananda that I mean or somebody else. But the basic thing, the basic story is very nice. He says, suppose somebody comes from religion A, and he has a book. He has one book, one religious text. Religion B has got one religious text, religion B. Religion C has got one religious text. It's all established. This is your religious book. But as a Hindu, if someone asks me, what is your religious book? I will ask him, welcome to my library.
That is beautiful.
Welcome to my library. You want Vedas? Fine. You want Upanishads? Fine. You want Bhagavad Gita? Fine. You want Hanuman Chalisa? Fine. You want the writings of your Guru? Fine.
What's beautiful about that is that we are not bound as Hindu to just follow one thing.
Exactly.
And follow blindly.
Yeah.
But it is also giving the opportunity for Hindus to inquire and to also discover
That
things.
is the basic thing. The basic thing about Upanishad, about Bhagavad Gita. Vivekananda says the essence of Vedas is Vedanta.
True.
Yeah, the Upanishads.
Yes.
The essence of Upanishad is Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita does not belong to a certain sampradaya or certain sect. No, Bhagavad Gita is meant for all. Even President Sukarno was reading Bhagavad Gita. Many of them. And so this is the essence. And in spite of all this variety that we see, the core reality is one. Ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. That truth is one. People who have seen. Why we fight? Because we have not seen.
And not even experienced also.
Exactly. We have not seen.
Yes.
If you go through some way, you go to Rome and you find Rome, and I go from different way. I go to Rome, I find the same Rome, and we meet there, we are having coffee together, it's the same Rome.
True.
But you're flying through some other place, I'm flying from some other place.
Yes, maybe I'll be having my stop in Dubai and you'll be having your
Exactly.
stop in Doha, you know.
Yeah. Maybe someone is flying business class, someone is economy class.
Yes, one is going left, business, and right,
Somebody
economy.
is on the ship,
Yeah.
and now you'll have in this year there was supposed to be a bus from India to London all the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you can go by any means, you reach the same place. But if you're not reached Rome, if you're not reached London, you'll be fighting.
That's true. That is true.
So those who have reached, they don't fight. They don't fight.
And I would like to refrain again the phrase when I said different people have different preferences and maybe one prefers bhakti. Actually, all should reach bhakti. Basically, what I wanted to say, like each person has different preferences. When one maybe is more into the dynamic form or, you know, heroic and all that, maybe he or she will be worshipping Shiva.
True.
And one maybe is more into playfulness and all that, maybe towards Krishna, or more into the femininity aspect of it, and then
I'll give you an
worshipping the
example.
goddess.
Rajasthan in India, it's called Rajputana, the land of warriors.
Yes.
And there, very surprisingly, the form of Krishna that is more popular there is the form of Makhanchor. Krishna is playful.
Ah.
Because they are warriors. They need to balance.
Ah, yes.
So they need to
They've
develop
got too
bhakti.
much. They've got too much of the rajas and
That's
all
why
that.
Meera was born there. So many bhakti movements, they were around there.
Yes.
Because most of them were warriors. So they needed something to
Balance.
balance. And then the bhakti movement appeared there.
Yeah.
You know, and the place where people are very passive, they worship the heroic form, Rama, Krishna. Also, Krishna has got Chakradhari form,
Yeah.
the form that is very dynamic also.
That's very rich. And the fourth one, why some Hindu gods have many wives?
Now, this is again, if you are talking about celestial beings, if you read the story of nakshatras, planets and all that, they are all depicted as beings with a form, with something. You know, the other day we were listening a very beautiful description of Ganesha. Many of us, we think that Ganesha is the remover of obstacles. But another name of Ganesha, beside Vigna Vinashaka is the remover of obstacles. Another name of Ganesha is Vigneshwar, the Lord of obstacles.
So both Lord of obstacles and Lord who removes all obstacles.
Why Lord of obstacles? Because we pray to Ganesha, if this path is not right for me, then please give me obstacles so that I do not pursue this path. Become an obstacle on my way so that I do not pursue that path if it is not right for me.
Beautiful.
And then Ganesha is depicted as having two wives, Riddhi and Siddhi.
Yeah.
Siddhi is accomplishment. You have to put efforts. You have to put efforts to get Siddhi. You know, you study, you do some courses, something, skill development. All those are Siddhi. Riddhi is your potential.
Without skills.
Exactly.
And if you have potentials but then you don't have skill, you don't even hone your skills, then it will be useless.
Exactly. So from this Riddhi, Siddhi, then you have got children, Shubh and Labh. When you use your potential, you use your skill, both are harmonized under the guidance of this Lord Ganesha, then you have children, Shubh and Labh. Shubh is auspiciousness, Labh is profit, success, material success. Both are important. Then they have wives, Pushti and Trushti. Pushti and Tushti. Pushti is again, Tushti is, I think, what do you call this? Contentment, yeah? Contentment, and another one is what? Health. Pushti, yeah. Pushti, Triambaka,
Pushti Vadanam.
health and contentment. So, all these are full of meaning, full of meaning.
So basically, these wives are actually
Qualities.
qualities.
Qualities which you have to develop
Yeah.
within you.
I actually remember why the moon, when they go into the orbit, they need to take why there are 27 nakshastras.
True.
Because Chandra had to visit all the 27 wives every day.
Exactly. So this is Jyotish. The whole Jyotish is based
Yes.
on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all these things are, of course, you have to study about all these things to exactly know that all these devas, all these celestial beings, they could be outside, but they are also inside you.
Exactly.
So-
This is also very interesting. Remember when we were watching a film that was made by, I think he's a neuroscientist, not neuroscientist, quantum physicist. Yeah. He was mentioning now in science itself, they could see that we have 700,000 trillion or something of cells within us. And interestingly, he's mentioning also, like what is inside us is actually you see it also in the universe itself.
Universe, yes.
Basically, what is so as above, so below. It applies.
In Indonesia, in our version of so-called Sanatan Dharma, in Indonesia we have got terms as Buana Alit and Buana Agung,
Yeah.
Macrocosmos and Microcosmos. So what is inside you is also outside you. What is outside you is inside you.
And what's interesting, he was also mentioning with all the cells, a lot of cells inside us, it just represents and also makes sense that we are beings of we are social beings.
True.
We cannot be alone, so we are social beings.
Yeah.
That is interesting. But inside, it's emptiness. So it's like become philosophical, but it's actually they're
Yeah.
mentioning in science.
You see, all this, this whole universe, whatever we have discovered and whatever we have not discovered, is not more than 4%.
True.
96% is dark material and dark energy.
Yeah.
And we have the concept of Mahakal, dark matter. We have got the concept of Mahakali, dark energy.
Oh, that we can elaborate more on that.
Again,
But
yes, some other day.
yeah. Next question, the fifth question is, why do Hindus worship cows, monkeys, etc.? And why do they have elephant-headed gods?
Why do we have animal stories when we went to school?
Yeah, and that's easiest to learn.
Easiest to learn. Because we are more connected to those stories. We have a long evolution from the animal kingdom, from different forms of human being to this form now. Yeah, mammalia, even among mammals, we are the most latest, if you can say, latest version of mammal.
And that, if it is where we can correlate more to
Exactly.
animals.
Exactly.
However, it is also a possibility if we are talking about the theory of evolution. Of course, they're talking about Darwin, but we know it already, like even the incarnations of the 9 incarnations of Lord Vishnu.
Yeah.
It is possible that one specific species has not evolved yet into what we are right now, maybe in a full human
True.
form, but these were the ones that were more ancient.
True.
That's why they had the heads of monkey or also cows and all that. It's very possible.
And we have to find those characteristics, and we have to subdue them. Like, you have the Native Americans.
Yes.
They have this animal science.
Yes.
So you have to find the animal within you
Yeah.
and how to control this animal.
It's a totem. We call it.
Totem,
Yeah, the
yes.
the totem. Yeah.
Totem. And then China, you have got the whole system of astrology
Yeah.
based on animal science.
Yes.
So we have to find these animals within us.
The qualities,
qualities.
because it's actually a very spiritual significance.
Yeah.
That when we correlate ourselves with the animals,
Yeah.
when you were mentioning that you have to find that animal specific element quality inside us, it's like actually it's magnificent and wonderful.
Sure.
The significance of it. Like if you talk about the vehicle of Lakshmi, owl, right? And why an owl? I mean, we were thinking like why an owl? Because the characters of owl is like wisdom and always alert, right? So that is also depicting of qualities.